Good morning, ladies. Today is Thursday, May 6th. We are on Module 7, Lesson 5. Your learning target says, I can solve word problems using data presented in a bar graph. So again, we're doing bar graphs in word problems. So this is your word problem they give you. And we are going to make a bar graph, and then you are going to have questions that you're going to answer in your bar graph. So it says, while I was cleaning my house, I found pennies. I found 13 pennies in the couch, 10 pennies in the kitchen, 17 pennies upstairs, and 9 pennies in the basement. So go ahead, draw your bar graph. You want to challenge yourself, you can always put me on pause, draw your bar graph, and then check your work. That would be super impressive, and I bet you could do it. So I always start with my title. I'm going to write pennies found. Number of pennies. I'm going to do the number sign because I'm running out of room. Number of pennies. And then where pennies were found. So I have my titles, my labels on the side. It always starts at 0. I look, the highest number is 17, so I just have to make sure that I can get to 17. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have seen some of you forget your labels, so please make sure you're labeling, and please make sure you have 0 labeled on your graph, your bar graph as well. So then you go ahead and you label the bottom. So what are you actually talking about? Well, I found pennies in the couch, so I'm just going to write couch. Then I found pennies in the kitchen. I found them upstairs. And I'm just going to extend my chart a little bit, and I found them in the basement. So again, you're going to do a bar graph, so that's when we go to our chart. And actually, this is my fault. We're going to actually make a table, so stop right there. Because it's been a while and we haven't practiced our tallies, and it's important to have a table because that's what you will usually see when you are making a graph. So all I'm doing is taking these labels I use down here and writing them. And I'm going to make it into a table. Okay. Make it into a nice little rectangle. Couch. I have 13, but you're going to do that in tallies. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have to go under. I ran out a little bit. I ran out of room. So that's 10, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. In the kitchen, I have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a bundle of 5. So you write your diagonal once you're at that number 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. Another 5. You're going to write your diagonal, or you're going to draw it diagonally, and that's a bundle of 5. So 5, 10, which matches that. Upstairs, you have 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, bundle of 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Basement, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So make sure you have your table because this going to help you directly with drawing your bar graph. So now, after you draw that table, go ahead. You have your couch. We know that our couch has, well, let's count. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I go to the number 13, draw my little line, and then I usually go straight down. Kitchen. Kitchen, 5, 10. I'm going to go to the number 10 and draw my bar straight down. Upstairs, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. So all the way to the top for the upstairs, sorry. The basement, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's my bar graph with my table. That's very important because I'm going to give you I'm going to change these numbers and you're going to do the same thing next. This is just for practice. I also have, oh man, these questions that you're going to answer. So it says, how many pennies did I find in the kitchen and upstairs all together? And I'm actually going to challenge you to do this. So how many pennies did I find in the kitchen and upstairs all together? We have kitchen, upstairs, to find how many the kitchen has. You can either use your table or your graph. Kitchen has 10. Upstairs has 17. Altogether, they have 27. Now it says, how many more pennies did I find in the kitchen than in the basement? Kitchen is 10. We just did that. Basement is right here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Everyone should know this. What's 10 minus 9? The difference is 1. So there's one more penny in the kitchen than in the basement. And your last question, which is a little different, we haven't done this, so this is actually why I decided to go over this with you. It says, how many more pennies do I need to find to have a total of 60 pennies? Right now, you need to ask yourself, do you know the total of all of these pennies added together? No, you do not. So, what your job is to first find the total. So that's what we need to do now, is to find the total of all of these added together. So we have the couch, which has 13, plus the kitchen, which has 10. Upstairs has 17, and the basement has 9. So we do. I like to start off with my bigger numbers usually. Although actually 7 plus 3, that should be easier for us to solve. 7 plus 3 is your next benchmark number, which is 10. 10 plus 9 is going to give you 19. So 9, carry your 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 49. Now, go back to your question. It says, how many more pennies do I need to find to have a total of 60 pennies? Did you answer your questions yet? You should be shaking your head. No, you didn't answer it yet. This is how many total pennies you have now, that 49. You need to figure out how many more pennies do you need to get to 60 pennies. That how many more is going to tell you to subtract. So you're going to take that 60 and you're going to subtract 49 from it. Ooh, we get to cross out. Go to your neighbor. 10 minus 9 is going to give you 1. 4 minus 5. So you need 11 more pennies to get to 60. All right, let me switch these numbers so you can have a chance to practice at home. All right, ladies, so be careful because it does look like it's the same, but I did change the number. So reread the problem. Then you're going to fill out your chart, your table, and then you're going to make a bar graph and answer your questions, which are right here. Okay? Oops. So if you have to, pause this to get all the information down. So you fill out the table, make and label a bar graph, answer your questions, which are right here. Which are the same questions. However, I did change this one, the last one, so be careful. Remember to show all your work, check your work, make sure you're labeling your bar graph, and make sure you're looking at the correct where I found the pennies. So if you're looking at the couch, make sure you're looking at the correct number and you're filling that in when you answer your questions. Okay? You've got this, and I will see you tomorrow.